Hello, what up, guys? Can you hear my voice right now? Sorry, I'm not in my best health. Okay, tak apa sihat sikit. So, okay, my voice might sound a little bit different because I'm not feeling really good. But I'm still doing this class for you guys, okay? For us to learn about fundamentals, because actually yesterday we just finished with what I can say is the biggest news for this week, which is FOMC. Hello, what up? Yes, Ryan Gikumbu, Ryan Al Mustafa. Hello, Rabin Chetri as usual. And who's here? Ardi also. Hello, what up? Ardi? Okay, thank you for joining the class. Okay, I hope my voice is clear. What up, Zero Gravity? What up? Okay, it's been a while since I'm doing live class. Actually, I'm still feeling ill, but I'm doing this class for you guys because I miss you guys. Okay, and I know some of you guys also have been asking when will the next class will be. So this is the class for you guys. Okay, I know that we took a hit just now on the first setup, but don't worry, just chill first. Okay, relax dulu, santai. Anyone from Malaysia? Ada sesiapa yang daripada Malaysia? Boleh type 1 in the chat. Okay, and also we have impact news coming up soon. Okay, so be prepared. In about 22 minutes from now, we're gonna have impact news. Kita ngaji malam ni, betul? Market pun sekarang dekat new all time high kan. Actually sekarang ni memang a bit challenging, to be honest. Okay, a bit challenging to trade because price is looking really bullish, but it is approaching the previous all-time high. Okay, so if this price is gonna continue going bullish, what I'm expecting is, okay, dah start ajar technical pula kan. Okay, but that's okay. I'm just gonna explain in basics. Okay, if this bullish momentum can continue, I'm expecting for price to make a new all-time high, maybe a retest, or just stay away, going up and keep producing, keep making new all-time highs. But right now we have high impact news coming up soon. So price is still ranging below previous all-time high. Okay, but already sebelum ni tadi main langgar je semua resistance, macam tak ada reaction. So that's why I said in the channel price is looking bullish and kita ada sikit je reaction daripada resistance kat sini. Here also we have added, okay, the matrix pattern or head and shoulders. Okay, here failed to retest in the zone, but okay, it was a nice retest to close this gap and then price going down. But today, hari ni bila price reach balik at the same level, okay, I did have a sell zone here. Saya ada sell zone kat sini, but after the last setup, I didn't release the next sell here because why? Because the price action, okay, is not looking really great. Okay, for me to release another recovery setup here to go for another sell because it's risky. Okay, that's why we chill first and we have impact news. So let's see. Kita mengaji dulu malam ni, macam Zero Gravity cakap. Okay, kita mengaji dulu malam ni. Tapi kalau ada setup, okay, we will try to capitalize on that. Okay, hello Zack, the AI pitch. Hello, what up? Okay, so Zero Gravity only from Malaysia. Ada siapa-siapa lagi? Okay, kita akan ada impact news lagi 20 minit. So, and firstly we're gonna talk about, okay, tonight's class is about here. So this is the topic, okay, fundamental analysis and volcano setup. Okay, we're gonna refresh on volcano setup, and I'm gonna explain lebih dalam sikit, a bit detail about the volcano setup. Okay, the basis of the setup and how can you maximize your gains every day by using the exact setup that I'm teaching to you guys. Okay, so how's everyone? I hope you guys are all doing great. And also it's the 31st of January and the monthly candle is going to close. So that's why right now, a crucial time to trade. The monthly candle is going to close, price is new all-time high, FOMC was done. Okay, I'm going to talk about it after this. So hari ni macam mana semua? Everyone doing okay this week? So, kita tunggu jap beberapa orang lagi, few more minutes for the others to join and then we're going to start. Okay, kalau tengok dekat chart sekarang ni on the lower time frame, this is M5 time frame. Okay, only bullish trend right now. Also on this M5 time frame, you can see clearly price is trying to push higher But like I said, we have the previous all-time high area right here, and also it's gonna be resistance yang paling penting lah buat masa ni. So for gold to break higher, first it needs to break past this previous all-time high area. Okay, kalau boleh break, baru mungkin ada solid confirmation to go bullish. But right now, based on the current market structure, okay, it is looking really bullish. So even though price sekarang dekat previous all-time high, okay, but we barely get a solid bearish reaction. Okay, first yes, we go for a sell. Okay, it dropped a little bit, okay, below our zone, but I didn't claim anything, and then it go past through our stop loss, and we took a hit. But that's okay, we chill first, do not rush our entries. And now I'm just monitoring price action, and to make the most use of our time, so let's learn about a little bit about fundamentals for you guys to understand better. Okay, so dekat sini, before we start, okay, everyone right here, I'm gonna ask, do you guys already know how can you do fundamental analysis or read the news? If you do know, you can type 1. But if you still don't know how, okay, I'm gonna teach after this. Okay, just type 2. Okay, if you know, just type 1. But if you don't know, just type 2. Okay, I'm just gonna see from the chat. Okay, do you already know how to do your fundamental analysis or not? If yes, 1, type 1 in the chat. If not, just type 2. 1. Okay, the AI pitch 1. Okay, so that means 1 or 2. If you know how to do your fundamental analysis, you can type 1. But if you still don't know how or not so clear about it, okay, tak apa clear lagi, boleh type 2. Oh, Anika, okay. So that's great, okay. 1, okay, Ryan, so 1, okay, that's good. Most of you guys already know. Ryan 1, Anika 1. The others, Ardi, Gitavan Pramar, Zero Gravity, Brian, okay. Sorry sir, 2, okay, Ryan. So that means you don't know or not so clear about how to read fundamentals or how to do your fundamental analysis. So don't worry, okay, I'm just gonna go through all of that soon. Okay, kita akan belajar. And also kita akan belajar juga a bit about technicals, which is the volcano setup. Okay, siapa yang pernah join sebelum ni live class about volcano setup probably already know, but maybe still belum clear lagi. Okay, and belum betul faham macam mana volcano setup ni form, atau macam mana nak cari volcano setup and capitalize on that to make gains. Okay, so I'm going to explain on that as well. Zero gravity also 2. Okay, tak apa bro, 2 juga. So fundamentals. Okay, before I go with the explanation, belum confident lagi, tak apa, it's okay. So semua orang start daripada bawah, everyone starts as a beginner. Okay, Zack pun dulu mula-mula langsung tak tahu apa pasal fundamental. Okay, mula start trade hanya fokus on technicals only. Okay, sebab apa? Sebab masa tu just nak tahu macam mana nak entry. Okay, dekat mana boleh entry, apa yang nak kena tengok dalam chart untuk entry. So that's all I'm looking for. Masa mula-mula lah kan, beginner trade. And then keep losing. And then finally, after learning for maybe a year, and then I know about fundamental analysis, and barulah tahu untuk trade ni, okay, for us to be a successful trader, not only your technical analysis is important. Sorry, let me change the songs first, okay? Okay. In order to be a great trader or successful trader, you also need to know fundamental analysis, okay? Trading analysis, okay? Fundamental plus technical. Okay, so this is the basic of trading yang korang kena tahu, that you all need to know first and foremost. Okay, before you want to jump in and nak belajar terus technical. Okay, macam mana nak cari entry, macam mana nak scalp lower time frame. Okay, that is a bit advanced. So firstly, you need to know the basic first about analysis. So analysis terbagi pada 2. Okay, ada dua jenis analysis. There are two types of analysis. The first one is fundamental, and the second one is technical. Okay, and also you can say maybe three if you go advanced, which is another one is sentiment analysis. But sentiment is also a bit related to fundamental. So for tonight's class, I'm not going to focus on sentiment. So let's just say we have two types of analysis. Ada dua jenis analysis, which is fundamental and technical. So analysis ada dua jenis, dah tahu kan? Fundamental and technical. So okay, dekat sini bila sebut pasal fundamental, okay, saya nak tanya korang, I want to ask you guys before I go further with the topic. Okay, bila sebut pasal fundamental, apa yang korang fikir? What do you guys think when you heard the word fundamental analysis or fundamental? Apa yang korang fikir? Cuba type dekat chat. When we talk about fundamental, or when somebody ask you about fundamentals or mention fundamentals, apa yang korang terfikir? Okay, what do you guys think about when you heard the word fundamentals? Can you type in the chat? Tak kisah apa-apa, type je apa-apa jawapan. Okay, you can answer anything. Okay, don't worry, for there is no wrong answers here. When you heard the word fundamentals, what do you guys think about? Okay, tell me in the chat. Anyone? Anika? Ryan? RD? Before I go explain further, okay? So we have our impact news coming up in about 12 minutes. So don't worry, price is pushing up, looks like on the lower time frame. Okay, just chill. We're gonna go through the class first, and if there's setup, I will share, okay? RD said when he heard the word fundamentals, or because somebody asked about fundamentals, he instantly think about news, okay? The question is, if you heard the word fundamental, what is the first thing that you think about? Okay? Apa yang korang fikir bila korang dengar perkataan fundamental? When you heard the word fundamental, what do you guys think about? Fundamental analysis is a method of evaluating an asset's value by analyzing the factors that affect its price. Ryan, there is a ChatGPT answer. Okay, there is not. Or that is your answer. If that's your answer, that is a great answer, so congrats. But I think there is a ChatGPT answer, okay? So fundamental analysis is a method of evaluating an asset's value by analyzing the factors that affect its price. Okay, that's, generally speaking, that's correct. And Zero Gravity said basic rules. Okay, basic rules. Okay, okay. Anika, nothing? Okay, so somebody said news, and Ryan said a little bit in-depth answers. Fundamental analysis is a method of evaluating an asset, blah blah blah. Okay, that's correct. Zero Gravity, basic rules. Okay, that's also, for me, is correct. And see how it affects any assets. Okay, when we talk about fundamentals, okay, what are these said? Okay, the most basic thing about fundamental that you have to understand first is all the news that you usually see, yang korang selalu tengok bila orang sebut pasal news. Okay, itulah benda-benda yang melibatkan fundamental analysis. Okay, so the basic is where to look at all these fundamentals. Okay, or at least to read the news. Okay, right now, okay, the easiest way for you to read all that is on this platform. Okay, which is called Forex Factory. Okay, this is a free platform. Okay, you can just use this thing forever. Okay, here is where you can look at all the news, high impact news, medium impact news, like here. Okay, for example, you can see right now, in about 10 minutes from now, okay, we are going to have here. In about 10 minutes from now, we're going to have the next impact news, which is the advanced GDP quarter on quarter, and also unemployment claims. Okay, unemployment claims. So this is, okay, what we call fundamental analysis. Okay, but not only these news which are important. Okay, there are few other news I'm going to explain later, but let's look at today's example. Okay, today is Thursday, January 30th. Here we have the federal fund rates and also FOMC statement, which has been finished yesterday, and looks like, okay, the Fed decided to leave the rates unchanged at 4.5%. Okay, so there is no change. And what happens to gold? It looks like right now gold is moving in a bullish momentum. Okay, so these high impact news, okay, are the ones that is going to determine the bigger direction of the market. Okay, remember that. Okay, because why? Because this is the economic data or the news that the big investors and also economists are using to decide, okay, on the future projection of the economy, okay, and also to decide on how they are going to plan ahead on to stabilize the economy, or to cut rates, or to increase rates. So this is the data that is really important. So right now, in about 8 minutes from now, we have the next high impact news, which is advanced GDP. So based on the current reaction from the market and also from yesterday's FOMC reaction, let's look back at the chart. Okay, what I can say is, okay, gold has been moving in a bullish momentum, okay, after the FOMC yesterday. Okay, actually, the first reaction is it dropped a little bit and touched the zone that I mentioned in my associated daily gold forecast at 27.45. So, if you are trading during FOMC and referring to my analysis, you should probably maybe enter on a buy when price spikes down. Okay, bila price drop masa FOMC punya news release, okay, Zack ada mention yang semalam buy zone Zack adalah dekat 2745 at 27.45. But when we were trading actively during the Europe session and US session, price didn't reach there, okay, only flying. But during FOMC, price rejected a little bit and finally touched the zone. And then up until today, sampai sekarang, price masih flying, okay. So right now the current momentum is looking bullish, and we have high impact news in about 7 minutes. So based on the current reaction of the market, and also based on the recent fundamental update, which is the FOMC news that has been coming up yesterday, we know that gold right now reacted with a bullish momentum. So that is one of the ways for you to do your fundamental analysis. Okay, why gold is flying? There is an explanation to that. Ada explanation kenapa gold is flying. Okay, and also here, if you look at this high impact news, you can see here we have FOMC statement and FOMC press conference. So when this press conference is happening, okay, Federal Reserve Chairman Powell is speaking and giving his speech about the current state of the economy, and also receiving questions from journalists and also writers, and will answer them accordingly. So yesterday, all this has been finished, and from the statement or from the speech, okay, even though walaupun rate tak berubah, kekal dekat 4.5%, okay, it remains unchanged at 4.5%, but the statement from Pat Powell, okay, is sounding a little bit dovish, which means sounding a little bit bearish for the dollar. So that's why gold is flying today, and also dollar has a little bit of bearish reaction up until even today. So let's look at it. Okay, even though the rates is unchanged and the current economy in the US is looking really great, okay, but yesterday after the FOMC statement and also FOMC Fed funds rate release, okay, investors or maybe big institutions are thinking that the current state of the economy is looking a little bit bearish, and probably dollar needs some correction or retracement to the downside, because it has been flying, or it has been trending in a really bullish momentum for a while now, and right now it is looking like it has some rejections or a little bit of corrections on this daily time frame. And also if you look at more lower time frame also, dollar is looking like it is having a hard time to keep breaking higher. Okay, so based on FOMC yesterday, okay, dollar is still stuck below 108 level, okay, and still hovering over there. We have high impact news coming up in about 5 minutes. And gold, let's look at gold. Also gold, okay, looking really solid, okay, moving still in a bullish momentum after, okay, breaking the high time frame resistance. Okay, here we have the previous resistance, or if you look at H4, you can see clearly that that is our previous breakout level. Okay, here H4, okay, bullish engulfing, and then managed to find some kind of a support if you look at lower time frame, and then breaking lower. But then today, when it reaches this level back again, okay, we only have very weak reaction, bearish rejections. So that's already hinting that probably gold still have some bullish momentum to the upside, or maybe okay, can break higher and making new all-time highs. Okay, but right now price is really close, just hovering previous all-time high area. Okay, here. So and also here you can see we have a strong bearish reaction right here. So price is reaching there. It did retested that level once, rejected, and now it is going back to that level again. So based on the current price action, even on H1 time frame right now, okay, you can see that based on the FOMC news, it drops, managed to retest the support, and managed to hold that support and keep breaking higher. So that is why fundamental is important, okay, even though technicals is also important for us to find our entry points and exit points. But the bigger direction in the market is usually being dictated by the economic data, and also the high impact news, and also the fundamentals. Okay, so let's go back to the Forex Factory to explain more about the news. Okay, in 2 minutes, okay, you can see right here, in 2 minutes we're gonna have the next high impact news, which is advanced GDP quarter on quarter. So we already passed our biggest high impact news for this week, which is the Fed's funds rate, which came out the same, so unchanged at 4.5%. So probably this high impact news can still add some volatility in the market. So about 2 minutes before the news, let's go to the chart and look at the low time frame. Okay, M5. Okay, still barely any bearish reaction from gold. Okay, the best possible. The next selling zone is at the previous all-time high right here. If we manage to spike up and reject it really strongly from there, and maybe we get a next retest, maybe we can go for sales. But if it breaks really solid, really strong bullish momentum, and we have to also wait for the news and see what the data is. Okay, so guys, do you guys understand the first part of the fundamentals? Okay, I'm gonna go deeper and list down more examples about what kind of high impact news that is important. So I'm not giving a signals right now, okay? This is not financial advice, not a signal. I'm just drawing the expectation, okay? Because this is the highest resistance that we have right now. Let's look at the daily time frame back again. Okay, here this is the daily time frame, and here you can see clearly this is a strong bearish reaction from gold when it reaches this level previously. Okay, bam, you see a really solid drop. Okay, and then right now, currently on the daily time frame, price is reaching that same level back again, or at least tries to retest that level. So we have to see the reaction first on the lower time frame, and also we have the high impact news. So let's see what's the reaction. High impact news. Okay, let's see the instant reaction from gold, what it is going to do, and also from dollar. Okay, dollar on M5 looks like it has a bit of bullish movement, and also gold kind of rejecting a little bit, but still overall holding this minor bullish trend on lower time frame. Okay, and let's look at the data. Okay, advanced GDP came out lower. Okay, lower than the previous and also lower than forecast, but unemployment claims came out better. So GDP is dropping, okay, but this is quarter on quarter. So the instant reaction from the market is, let's see once again. Okay, at first gold drop a bit, okay, and dollar spikes up a little bit. Okay, not not too much reaction from the market. So based on the data, it is mixed data. Unemployment claims came out better for the dollar, but GDP came out not so good. Okay, it is dropping. Gross domestic product quarter on quarter is dropping, which means from the last quarter the economy is looking not so great, and the data came out lower. Also missed expectation and below than the previous one. So based on the data, to be frank, it is a mixed data, but the current reaction of the market looks like dollar is trying to push up a little bit, okay, in a bullish direction, but it's still early, just few minutes after the news, so we have to wait first. Okay guys, I'm gonna have some drinks while we wait for the reaction. Okay, so at the moment, not so much reaction from gold. Okay, but it is looking still holding this bullish momentum or bullish move. Okay, probably it's going to retest higher. If you manage to find support or hold this level, probably it can go higher. Okay, let's look at 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame also, we have resistance right here, minor resistance, which is yet to be retested. Okay, so guys, before we continue, okay, let me ask you guys about your analysis. Where do you think gold is going to go for the rest of the day? Okay, all-time highs or rejected lower? Okay, see, we currently do not have much reaction from the market after the high impact news. So let's go back and look at the Forex Factory. Colin said rejected low. Okay, that's okay. Thank you for answering. So the data came out. This is what I'm talking about just now. Okay, the previous gross domestic product, okay, or GDP quarter on quarter is higher, and the forecasted data is also higher, which is 2.7%. But today, okay, just now the data came out 2.3%, which is lower than the previous data here. Okay, it is lower than the previous data and also lower than the forecasted data. Okay, which is a big difference, 2.3% compared to 3.1. Okay, almost 0.8% difference, and also from the forecast 2.7 also missed by 0.4%. So this is not so good news for the dollar actually. Okay, but this is only quarter on quarter GDP. So if you look at overall data in the US economy, overall the US economy is still looking really great. But also based on yesterday's press conference from Federal Reserve Chair Powell and also FOMC statement, okay, Powell did give a bit of a dovish tone to the current state of the economy in the US. It is not saying it is really strong, or nor he's saying the economy is looking really bad. Okay, it is just saying that the current economy is looking really good, and they decided to pause from increasing interest rate and just leave it unchanged for now, and will assess the fundamentals or the economic data quarter on quarter, month by month, week by week, and will announce the next plan from the Fed on how they are going to go with all these fundamentals, future fundamentals. Okay, for example, okay, right now we already have the Fed fund rates unchanged, and right now investors are waiting for the next FOMC statements. So based on the current state of the economy and based on the current reaction from the FOMC statement and also today's high impact news, what I can say is, okay, the current state of the economy in the US is still looking great, but the Federal Reserve Chair Powell, okay, is just giving a little bit of a dovish tone. So we cannot say that probably maybe the dollar will continue going higher, okay, because right now, even today, it is still failing to break the 108 level, and even on H1 time frame, okay, it prints a bearish engulfing candle currently. And right now, based on the news reaction, okay, we still have to wait first, at least for this maybe 1 hour candle to close, to say which direction is dollar going to go. And for gold as well, right now, after the news, okay, not so much reaction from the market, but okay, based on yesterday's reaction currently, okay, after FOMC, gold managed to retest this low and kept going higher. And on H4 time frame right now, you can see, okay, even after the high impact news that came out recently with the mixed data, gold, okay, barely had any reaction on the 4-hour time frame, okay, even though it is sitting near to the 4-hour time frame resistance as well and near all-time highs. But the body candle on the current H4 candle right now, it is still looking green, and the previous one, this candle managed to break this previous resistance level, okay. We have a resistance right here previously, okay, and today gold managed to pass through this resistance, okay, with a strong body closure above this level. So this already hinting to us, or giving a hint to us, that price is currently bullish on the H4 time frame for gold. And also the next candle, which the candle that we have right now, also looking bullish, barely had any rejection to the downside. So probably, okay, gold wants to keep going higher, okay, based on the high impact news reaction, and also based on the fundamentals, the biggest fundamental news, or biggest high impact news that we have been waiting for this week, which is the FOMC news, which has been done yesterday. Looks like gold is saying to us that it wants to keep going bullish, and maybe retesting this highest level that it reaches previously, which is the previous all-time high, okay. Oh, sorry, okay, here. So right now, what I'm saying is still a bullish momentum from gold. So I'm not releasing any setups yet, okay, because I'm waiting for a reaction from gold. Let's see what happens if it reaches this level, okay. This is our previous all-time highs, and also our current high time frame resistance. So let's see the reaction first. Based on the movement right now, gold is still looking bullish, okay. Okay, and also dollar, even though it had slight bullish reaction, but looks like the next M5 candle is closing with a bit of a bearish closing. So not a really strong reaction, okay, after the high impact news. So let's go back to the Forex Factory, okay, because I'm going to show you, okay, tomorrow we still have the next high impact news, okay, to end the week, which is right here, core PCE price index, and also employment cost index, okay. So this is also high impact news, which is going to give more volatility in the market during the US session tomorrow. So right now, even the price is pushing higher, okay, if we don't have any opportunities today, don't worry, tomorrow before we end the week, we still have the next opportunity with the high impact news that we have to end the week, okay. So tomorrow, the same time as today, 9:30 PM, this is my time, GMT +8, we're going to have the next high impact news, and also the final high impact news for the week, okay. High impact news yang paling last kali untuk minggu ni, which is core PCE price index, and also employment cost index. Okay, so that's why right now, okay, on the chart, okay, maybe gold can break higher with the news today, or it can still reject. Okay, because why? Because we still have the next IMPACT news tomorrow, okay, to end the week. And also tomorrow the monthly candle is going to close, so let's go a little bit on the monthly candle, monthly time frame. So for the monthly time frame right now, looks like gold is also pushing a strong bullish momentum. I entered, you entered buy. Okay, if you entered buy, just manage your risk well. Okay, remember you have high time frame resistance above here. Okay, like I said, price is still bullish. Barely had any strong bearish reaction to say that sellers are here. Okay, for the rest of the day today, price is just moving in a bullish momentum, and right now it is reaching previous all-time high price, and looks like even on the current M5 candle it's still pushing bullish. Okay, so based on the mixed data that came out today, unemployment claims came out better for the dollar, which is reducing from the previous data, but the GDP came out lower, which is not so good. Okay, but overall, if you compare all the economic data in the US right now, what we can say is still the US economy is looking great. Okay, not so bad and not so good. Okay, not strongly bullish, nor it is strongly bearish. Okay, and also Fed Powell during his speech yesterday, okay, not giving us a strongly bullish tone or hawkish tone like he did previously, even though some economists might be reporting that it is even though the rate is left unchanged, but Fed Powell is giving a hawkish tone. But for me, it is not so hawkish. Okay, based on the questions from the journalists as well, because I watched the live yesterday a little bit. Okay, it is not answering all the question in a strong bullish tone like he did previously on the previous rate cut. Okay, so that's why even though the economy is looking so great, based on the FOMC yesterday, dollar is dropping. Okay, because probably investors are thinking that with the rates unchanged, okay, even though the economy is looking great, but maybe they are thinking that dollar needs some correction to do, and maybe retesting supports first, okay, before continue going higher. Okay, and also we also have uncertainties with the new Trump administration. Okay, you know that right now the new president of the United States is Donald Trump, right? Where is my text just now? So let's talk about the fundamentals back again, and let me give you the current update. Okay, but I input a buy signal. Okay, if you just entered buy based on what I talk about, okay, in this live session, okay, I hope you manage your risk well. Okay, if you buy right here, okay, this is not financial advice, but if you did enter buy, okay, make sure you learn to collect your profits at least right here, or at least even though right now you can already collect profits for scalps. Okay, because price I think already moved 30 pips, 20 pips from the low right here. But remember, we have higher time frame resistance and previous all-time high here. Okay, this is the daily time frame resistance and also previous all-time high. Okay, you have to still wait and see the reaction, what is going to happen here. If it is rejecting, we can still see, okay, maybe rejection lower, but if it goes with a strong momentum breaking higher, breaking the previous all-time high, what will usually happen is the bullish momentum will continue, and maybe gold can push higher, okay, making new all-time high today. Okay, but let's see. Okay, based on the fundamentals right now, okay, actually gold, based on the current economic fundamentals, gold is not looking so bullish, but it is looking a bit neutral. But why it is flying? Okay, it is flying because right now, apart from the fundamentals that we have, okay, we also okay, just now we have GDP, lower, and unemployment claim higher. Unemployment claims better. It came out lower, but it is better for the dollar. So GDP lower, not so good for the dollar, but unemployment claims came out lower, is good for the dollar. Okay, so this is mixed data, but yesterday the biggest news we have is FOMC, the biggest news for this week. So the rates are left unchanged, and the market reaction is looking bullish for gold. Okay, why? Okay, this is another thing that we have to know. Okay, apart from these fundamentals or economic data, we also have new president, Donald Trump. So why is this important? Because Trump just back in office, and also I made profits. Anika said, congratulations if you made profits from kind of like a signal I gave during this live just now. I said price is bullish, so right now I don't see any sells. If you want to go trade, you can just find opportunities to buy. Okay, if you make profits, just collect your profits right now accordingly. If you want to hold, just hold fewer entries. Okay, because price is reaching high time frame resistance. So let's go back to this Donald Trump. Why it is important? It is important because, okay, we still don't know what Trump's policy is going to really to look like. Okay, but right now what we can see from the news is looks like Trump is trying to increase tariff for importers. Okay, what he is saying during his first speech as president, he is saying that he's gonna tax, okay, the importers and the other countries and enrich, okay, his citizens. So that is what he is planning to do. And right now, from the news as well, okay, we already heard some news that Trump is going to increase tariff from some countries. So we still have to wait and see what the full policy from the Trump administration is going to be. So this is giving uncertainty in the market. Okay, and then secondly is we still have the next thing, war. Kita ada war sekarang ni, okay, war sentiment dekat Middle East, okay, and also between Ukraine and Russia still hasn't been resolved. Middle East and Russia, Ukraine. Okay, let's just say war sentiment. Okay, still this is also uncertain, or we can say this geopolitical issue. So why gold is flying? Okay, another reason is this one. Okay, based on the fundamentals, even though the economic data, from what I said just now, overall the economic data for the US is looking great. Okay, that's why if you look at dollar on the high time frame, this is the daily time frame for the dollar. Dollar has been flying for quite some time right now. Okay, even though right now here we can see we have a slight bearish move to the downside. Okay, but overall, okay, this trend, okay, is still looking bullish. And here also we have a strong support. If you just draw it this in general like this, okay, this is also a support on the daily time frame. If the dollar drops even, okay, maybe it still has some room to retest this area and maybe still going bullish, but we still have to wait. Okay, but right now currently, based on, okay, the 1 hour time frame, it is just looking ranging right here. Okay, so, and gold as well. Okay, after FOMC yesterday, it kept pushing higher, okay, maintaining its bullish momentum. But like I told you guys, right now it is reaching the high time frame resistance. Okay, here on M5, we still have 9 minutes left before 1 hour candle is closing. So let's see how this 1 hour candle is going to close. So right now, what I can see is price is looking bullish on M1, having a little bit of hard time to retest this resistance. Okay, this is the fundamentals update. Okay, right now, based on the FOMC update yesterday, the Fed fund rates left unchanged. Okay, which is somehow, okay, investors think it is bullish for gold, so that's why gold is flying. And today, based on the current high impact news that came out, we have GDP lower. Okay, that's why gold is still flying. GDP lower for quarter on quarter. Okay, usually when GDP increasing, it is looking great for the economy. So in this case, tonight we have GDP lower, so that's why gold probably maintaining its bullish momentum and kept going higher based on the high impact news that came out today. But unemployment claims came out better, okay, which is reducing from the previous one. But unemployment claims, okay, this came out every week, so this is not really a really high impact news, or can give more high impact reaction in the market compared to GDP. So that's why I think, based on the current news that we have right now, gold is pushing up because the main focus is GDP. So when GDP is lower, it's looking not so great for the dollar. And when the economy is not looking so great, and during uncertain times, investors will be attracted to safe haven asset as, for example, gold. Okay, we will keep buying gold until the market is looking great again for them to take their money from gold and pump back their money into riskier assets such as indices, okay, ETFs and everything, crypto, for example. So in uncertain times, okay, geopolitical issues such as war like this, and also in a not so good economic conditions, gold will usually be flying, okay, even though right now it is reaching this high time frame resistance and previous all-time high, okay, but it's still, okay, it is possible for gold to break higher, okay. If it breaks this level, okay, it can easily go higher today or tomorrow, okay. But if it is rejecting and fail to break, okay, maybe we can still get a rejection and maybe a little bit of a sell setup to capitalize on and gain our profits, okay. But it is not confirmed yet for a sell right now, okay. Price is just looking bullish, so just manage your risk well if you are trading. Okay, remember to not go high risk every single time you trade, okay. But if you want to do that, it suits your risk management, go ahead, okay. So guys, do you have any question? Yes, Ardi, you can ask your question. Hello Zach, are you sending recovery signals today? I don't know, boo. Okay, that is what I'm supposed to do. But as always, okay, like I said, I will only be releasing the next setup for us to recover if I saw a high quality signal, a high quality setup forming, or high quality confirmations, okay. For now, I don't see anything, so that's why I'm focusing on this class. At least you guys can understand, okay, what I'm seeing on the market and what is the current state of the fundamentals, or how to read the fundamentals, okay. So I just touch the surface of the fundamentals and talk a little bit about the update based on yesterday's high impact news. But I'm going to explain more about the fundamentals just now because this is a 2-hour class and we just done almost 1 hour into the class. So if you have any question, just ask me, RD. I will try to answer to the best of my knowledge, okay. QQ, what up? By looking at time frame, it looks bullish, but why some people look at sell, okay. Okay, there is a reason, okay, because price right now, based on the technicals, if you just solely focus, okay, not paying attention to the fundamentals, if you look at only technicals, right now it is only logical for us to find a sell setup. Because why? Because price is reaching high time frame resistance, okay. This is high time frame resistance, which is at daily, and also this is the previous all-time high price. So at resistance, if you learn the basics, okay, at resistance always look for opportunities to sell, and to buy always look opportunities at support, okay. That is the basic of trading. You look for opportunities to sell at resistance, and you look for opportunities to buy at support. But there is a way to do that, and not straight away when price just touch and you jump in, okay. That is not the way. So you have to wait for confirmations and look at the price action and whatnot, and fundamental analysis also important. So to answer your question again, why price is pushing higher even though it is reaching high time frame resistance. Okay, I just showed you this daily time frame, right? But this is the current candle. Okay, this is the current price that candle is sitting at. But previously also, if you look at here, okay, let's just label it right here. This is also can be considered as resistance because previously price, okay, forms support right here. Okay, failed to break higher and then bam, drops with a strong bearish momentum. Here as well, you can see price breaks this resistance level and manage to retest and hold the support right here based on yesterday's reaction during FOMC. So why people are looking for sell? Okay, even us trying to capitalize on the first sell setup because price is now reaching, okay, high time frame resistance and previous sell zones. So that's why it is logical or the best to look for selling opportunities. But okay, we are trading after, okay, our setup fails or after we know that our direction, okay, is not looking or our setup is not looking so great anymore, and price already invalidated our setup. So we have to, okay, chill first, okay, monitor the price, reanalyze and plan ahead on how to trade in order for us to recover. So right now, even though price is reaching high time frame resistance, like I told you guys, we barely have a strong bearish reaction for us to sell. So that's why I'm not going for sell yet. Okay, based on the current reaction from the market, okay, it is only possible or only logical to go or look for buying opportunities. But the best way to go for buys is when price is tested support. So right now, even on H1 time frame, okay, price is just moving kind of like a straight line exponentially to the upside with strong bullish momentum. So it is a bit risky to go for buy straight away. So that's why I do this class, to just teach you guys about a little bit about fundamentals and maybe about technicals so that you can understand better. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about good job. So wait for good setup. Okay, Ryan, for sure, if you have a great setup after this, okay, we probably will try to capitalize on that, but we're just gonna wait for a solid confirmation and only high quality entries, okay? Or else we're just gonna chill first, park on the side and not over risking our capital, okay? Because we still have tomorrow, remember, okay? If you can get any setups today, we still have tomorrow. So maybe today we just let gold finish its structure first and maybe show us solid confirmation for us to continue to get max gains for the last day tomorrow, okay? So that is the plan. So right now, let's go back to Forex Factory. Okay, so like I told you guys, okay, for this week, okay, this is the data that we have for this week, and the biggest data already done, FOMC, and we are left with the last high impact news, which is core PCE price index, which is going to come out tomorrow. Okay, so this is also another chance for us to maybe get huge volatility, huge volumes in the market, and maybe capitalize on bigger reaction to make the most profits before we end the week. So just stay tuned for tomorrow, okay? And also we have employment cost index. And let's talk about the other high impact news that is also important, okay? So this is the final week of this month, so we only left with this, and let's see what we are going to have on the new week, okay? So here also, if you go to this forexfactory.com website, you can filter your expected impact to only high impact news, or maybe medium impact or low impact, okay? For me, I always filter only high impact news, and also only look at the dollar because that is the currency that we need to pay attention to, because we are trading gold against the dollar, okay, SAU USD, SAU versus the dollar. So any reaction from the dollar will give impact to gold. So that's why we can only refer to the high impact news on the dollar. So for example, on the new week, okay, you're going to have ISM manufacturing PMI, JOLTS job opening, ADP non-farm employment change, ISM services PMI, and unemployment claims. Here you can see gold hit my TP scalp and hold just now. Okay, congrats Anika if you did buy just now, and hit your TP. So don't hold everything, because like I told you guys, okay, price is reaching a crucial point right now. Okay, it is risky a little bit to enter, so it's better for us to chill first and focus on this class. Okay, so on the new week, okay, you can see right here, these are the other high-impact news that you have to pay attention to, which can give impact in the market. But from this list as well, okay, the only high-impact news is probably this one, job opening, which is related to the job sector or the labor sector in the US. Why it is important? Because the job sector in any country is important to give us kinda the idea on the economic condition of the country. Okay, contohnya, for example, kalau lebih banyak peluang pekerjaan dibuka, okay, maksudnya ekonomi is looking really great. Okay, tapi bila lebih kurang, okay, pekerjaan, if there are lesser job openings, okay, that means, okay, probably the economy is not looking so great. So that's why jobs data is also important in order for us to do our fundamental analysis, because jobs or labor data usually can give us an idea on how the economy is looking like in the US. Okay, if the job opening is coming out higher, okay, that means that more companies are offering jobs to people, so probably more people will be employed, and the economy, it will be looking really strong. But if there are lesser people who are employed and there are lesser job openings, so that usually means the economy is not looking really great. Okay, let's look at the week after that, what we're gonna have. Okay, here you can see on the first Friday for the new week, okay, or for the new month, usually on the first Friday of the new month. Okay, remember this, on the first Friday of every new month, we are going to have this news, non-farm employment change. Okay, and usually it will be on Friday. Okay, so here is another important high-impact news that we need to pay attention to, which is non-farm employment change, or also called usually as non-farm payrolls, or NFP here, or just employment change. Okay, so basically, okay, it is the change in the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry. Okay, so that is why it said non-farm. So it tracks the number of people who are being employed on the previous month, okay, excluding the agriculture sector or the farm sector. Okay, so this data is really important for the economy, because higher numbers of people being employed means the economy is doing great, but lesser, okay, NFP numbers, which will usually means that economy is looking not so great. Okay, here if you look at this previous data, you can see we have 12k right here. Okay, kind of like a surprising data, but that is for a reason. Okay, you can read here based on the reports. Okay, this is because probably some natural disaster that is happening in the US, so some parts of the US, okay, cannot operate for maybe several weeks, so that's why the number of employed people reduced really drastically with this data. But from the recent data that we have, okay, the data came out green, or better than expected and better than the forecasted. So for the new month, okay, we have to wait what is the NFP number is going to look like. So based on the current previous data that we have, it is looking, okay, a bit better for the NFP numbers. So we're gonna have to wait for the new month, okay, for our next NFP release. And also, okay, on the new month of February, we're gonna have the next CPI numbers. Well done, Zach. Okay, thank you so much, Yusufzi. Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm gonna explain a little bit more about what are the other high-impact news that you have to pay attention to. Okay, here also core CPI month over month, CPI month over month, and also core CPI, and also CPI year over year. Okay, this is also another high-impact news that is important to us, because this is the news that is related to inflation. Okay, so here you can see that actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So if the number came out higher, okay, it will usually will be marked as green in color, so that means good for the currency. And if it is coming out lower, okay, than the previous or the forecast, that is usually means it is not so great for the currency. So this is important data because inflation will dictate how the Fed is going to plan ahead on how to stabilize the economy. So right now the inflation is looking like it is above the 2% target that the Federal Reserve has been working on. Okay, the Federal Reserve's job is to keep inflation below 2% target. Okay, but right now it is above that level. But okay, it is from what Fed Power said, it is in control. Okay, so they are still doing whatever they can with all the tools that they have based on this economic data. Okay, to stabilize the economy and to keep making the US economy strong or stable compared to the other nations ahead of them. Okay, so we have NFP and also CPI. I already explained that. And the next important high impact news also we have core PPI. Okay, so PPI also is another high impact news that you have to pay attention to, and usually will give big impacts in the market and also with gold. So you have to also pay attention to this core PPI news. I'm not saying that the other high impact news is not important, but usually the strongest or the most impact that gold will have is usually with the news that I already explained to you guys about. Okay, FOMC, okay, also NFP, CPI, and also another one is PPI. Okay, here also core retail sales. Sometimes this is also can give huge moves in the market. And let's look at another week. Okay, here also we have the next FOMC meeting minutes. Okay, this is only a news release, not federal funds rates decision. And the last one, okay, also here the same that we're gonna have tomorrow, which is core PCE price index. So that are some of the impact news that you have to pay attention to in order for you to do your fundamental analysis. So you have to basically just pay attention to all these red folders, and among all these red folders there will be only few high impact news that usually will give the most impact in the market. So the ones that usually will give bigger impact is usually NFP. Okay, like I told you guys just now, NFP, like here that we're gonna have next month, and also CPI and PPI, and also FOMC. Okay, so when you know all that, okay, what you should do is, if you want to do a full in-depth fundamental analysis, okay, what usually economists will do or analysts will do is they will gather all this data, okay, from week by week, month by month, quarter on quarter, year by year. Okay, take all this data and compare them all, and then they do their projections on the current state of the economy in the US. Okay, whether it is good or bad. Okay, so that is how big analysts or the institutions are doing their analysis on the fundamentals. But for us retail traders, and maybe for you guys who don't really want to cram up your head, dah tak nak banyak sangat fikir pasal fundamentals, what you should know is just what are some of the high impact news that are important to you, and will usually give the most impact. Okay, from what I already told you guys just now. Okay, there are only few, so you just need to pay attention to maybe non-farm employment change. Maybe at this time you want to prepare your high risk account. Okay, in trading there are a few strategies that you can use. Okay, you can use few accounts to trade. Okay, for example, if you are a scalper, maybe you are using one account as your main account to scalp every single day, okay, and grow it day by day, week by week, and get your profits and your withdrawals. And also maybe during high impact news time, okay, for example during non-farm employment change or NFP news, okay, you want to go a little bit high risk because why? There is a reason. Okay, because during high impact news usually the market can give bigger moves. Okay, for example, you can get instantly or easily 100 pips, 200 pips, 300 pips movement from gold with one high impact news, for example, on employment change. But that of course depends on data yang akan keluar nanti. Okay, kalau data tu banyak keluar, if the data came out had a bigger difference from the previous and from the forecast, usually the impact will be great. But kalau data keluar, it is pretty much, if the data came out pretty much the same as the previous and the forecast, usually the market will not move really really much, okay, maybe just ranging, okay, and not giving us the big direction that we want. So overall, okay, why do you need to know what kind of high impact news that is important? So that you can prepare your war accounts and stand by on the high impact news day to trade, maybe using a little bit high risk to maximize your gains for that account. Okay, there are few strategies to do that. Okay, I can maybe do another class to explain on that. So that's why okay, that's why high impact news is important and you need to pay attention. So we have a question. Mr. Zack is cleverly, please. My question is, when we have two news just like the one we have today, which of the news we should take seriously? Okay, for example today, let's go to today. Okay, here, this is today, Thursday, January 30th. Okay, from my time zone, okay, you can see that actually the FOMC statement and the FOMC press conference and also the Fed funds rate was also been released today, but really early in the morning at 3 a.m. my time. Okay, so this is already done, and the press conference happened 30 minutes after the release. So let's go back. So okay, from cleverly questions, okay, which high impact news that you need to pay attention to? For example today, I just explained that. Okay, for example, I told you guys that not every high impact news, okay, will give you the 100 pips or 200 pips instant move like we can get from maybe NFP news. Okay, for example today the news is advanced GDP quarter on quarter and also unemployment claims. Okay, both of these news, okay, even though it is a high impact news, but usually, okay, this high impact news will not give much impact in the market, okay, if the data came out not so different from the previous and also the forecast. For example here, unemployment claims, even though it came out green, 207k, but 207k still 200,000 still around the previous and also the forecasted data. And also advanced GDP, previous 3.1% and forecast 2.7, right? But the actual data came out lower, 2.3%, which is lower than the previous and forecast. But why we didn't get the spikes, 100 pips and 200 pips? Okay, it is because this advanced GDP is only quarter on quarter data, okay, which means quarterly data, and if you compare to all this GDP quarter by quarter or week by week or annually, okay, maybe, okay, all the data when you align it together, the overall economy in the US is still looking great, okay, based on the GDP. So that's why maybe dollar is not really dropping too much or too drastic when the news has been released, even though right now it is dropping a little bit. And that's why also gold is not instantly flying for 200 pips, because this is just even though it is high impact news, okay, it is not the major high impact news that investors or big traders are looking for. Okay, but usually the high impact news, like I told you guys, there are only few. Maybe you can only focus on 5 high impact news, maybe NFP, FOMC, okay, and CPI, PPI, and also maybe JOLTS job openings. Okay, and maybe one more thing, interest rate decision. Okay, that is also big high impact news. So cleverly, okay, like today, okay, let's go back to the chart to see the reaction once again. Okay, like I told you guys, price is looking bullish on lower time frame. Okay, even though it is reaching the high time frame resistance and previous all-time high price. Okay, that's why I didn't release the next maybe sell right here or right here. Okay, because price is looking bullish and already invalidated my first setup. So that's why I'm just chilling. Okay, right now, still monitoring the price. But like I told you guys, the basics of trading is, okay, when price reaches resistance and rejecting and showing us confirmations, it is best for us to look for opportunities to sell, okay, not buy. And to buy, what we have to do is wait for price to be at the support that is the best high quality buying setups. But that doesn't mean that you cannot enter in the middle, okay, or you cannot follow the momentum to enter based on momentum, but there is a way to do that, and it's a bit risky, okay. The best way is just to wait at support to find your buying opportunities, and at resistance you're gonna try to find capitalize on a selling setup or selling opportunities, okay. So guys, do you guys understand what I just explained just now? Do you have any questions? Okay, maybe Yusuf Aziz, you have any question? Anika, Cleverly, I hope I answered your question. Okay, one high impact news sometimes cannot move the market because the overall high impact news when you compare it together, okay, it will give you kinda like an economic outlook, or can give you an idea on how the US economy is looking like right now, okay. If you're thinking that US economy is looking really bad, okay, based on the fundamental analysis that you already did, okay, maybe you will try to look for opportunities to long gold, right? Because you already know based on the fundamentals, you do the analysis and you think that, oh, based on the fundamental data, high impact data that came out, okay, everything came out really badly for the dollar, and dollar is looking bearish, so maybe I should go long gold, okay. And if you have done your fundamental analysis and all the high impact news is pointing towards a bullish dollar, okay, looking so great for dollar, looking really positive week by week, day by day, okay, and also month by month, maybe it is time for you to capitalize on looking for opportunities to sell gold, because usually when the US economy and the global economy is doing great, okay, especially when there is no geopolitical issues such as war and everything and whatnot, okay, gold will usually be stabilized because investors will try to look for risky assets such as indices, ETFs, okay, and maybe crypto. They sell their gold, okay, get their money and pump it into the other markets. For example, get their money, liquidate the gold, okay, and get their money to pump in crypto. That's why in stable economic conditions with no war, no everything is looking great, okay, inflation is low, GDP is higher, unemployment claims is lower, okay, and job opening is higher, okay. In the best case scenario, okay, best global economic conditions, gold will usually looking a little bit bearish, okay. But over the long run, okay, long term, gold is, if you look at, okay, the gold chart from the birth of its existence right here, you can see that over the time, okay, gold is moving bullish, okay, and price will keep going up higher, okay. But all over time frame, of course, we're gonna have retracements, corrections. So that's why, even though I'm saying over time gold is looking bullish and will keep going bullish, that doesn't mean you should go buy straight away right now, because we are trading, okay. So it's best for us to trade professionally, okay. In order for us to buy, we have to wait for our setups to be formed, showing us confirmations, analyze the fundamentals, okay, the sentiments and the technicals. When everything is aligned, okay, you take your positions, trust your setup, and wait for it to run, okay. So that is how you trade, not just blindly enter the positions without any reasons and without knowing anything, okay. You have question? Okay, if you have question, Anika, you can answer me. I will try to answer your questions. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, Kavli. Okay, I hope you understand. So right now what I'm saying is still bullish, okay, still barely a solid bearish reaction for us to go sells, even though price is sitting at high time frame resistance. So maybe, okay, it will just ranging, or it will break higher. We have to wait, okay. So right now, based on current price action, price already tested this level and rejected a little bit on M5 time frame and also on M15. But even though on M15 you can see that the fundamental or the high impact news that came out just now, okay, fail to push gold higher and also fail to show us a solid bearish reaction in order for us to maybe capitalize on a sell setup. So right now it is just looking ranging, okay, and based on my original analysis, right now it is just retesting this higher time frame resistance and fail to break the all-time high, okay. So we're just gonna wait first And Anika, you can ask your questions. I will try to answer them, okay? And everyone else, Yusuf Aziz, do you have any question? Collins, Aaron, Abu, QQ, RD, if you guys understand, okay, you can type 1. And if you have any question, you can also ask me in the chat. Okay, I will try to answer them. Okay, I will be doing this live maybe, okay, for 2 hours, so we still have time. We still have 40 minutes. Okay, looks like gold is failed to break higher and rejecting. Yusuf Aziz is asking what time frame do you use for the analysis. Okay, for analysis, I'm using multi time frame. Okay, basically when I'm doing my analysis, I do my analysis from the high time frame to the lower time frame. Okay, so I started with monthly time frame. Okay, tomorrow this monthly candle is going to close. Okay, tomorrow is our last day for January, and based on this current state of the candle, the monthly candle is looking pretty much strongly bullish for gold. Okay, because it already break this resistance or this previous opening price on the monthly time frame. Okay, so this alone has already shown us, okay, gold barely had a rejection when this monthly time frame trying to pierce through this resistance, and right now it is already passed through this opening price and going higher. So I move on to weekly time frame, okay, to see what is the current structure of the market and what is the current price action on the weekly time frame. And also on weekly, price is looking really bullish. Okay, this is a bullish engulfing candle that I talk about for several weeks. Okay, from this candle I already told you guys, okay, gold is still looking bullish because this candle is a bullish engulfing candle, and after this candle form, even though gold is rejecting a little bit to the downside, but it failed to break lower and close below this bullish engulfing candle. That's why, if you read my analysis from this candle, I already said that gold is still looking bullish, and also maybe I just said gold is still ranging, but I'm not saying it is bearish. Okay, I always said that it is hardly to say that gold is strongly bearish right now, because from the weekly time frame, even, okay, when this candle form, okay, it is already showing us that gold is holding its bullish momentum. And also let's go to the daily time frame. Okay, this is where crucial thing that we need to look for right now. Okay, right now gold is reaching the daily time frame resistance right here. It is retesting this level. Okay, so what is my analysis? Okay, in the simplest form, my analysis is, if gold breaks this all-time high and previous daily resistance, okay, easily it will continue making new all-time highs again after a retest maybe on the previous breakout level. But if it failed to break higher and keep rejecting, maybe we will have a slight retracement to the downside or correction. Okay, so we go to the 4-hour time frame. Also on the 4-hour time frame, looks like gold barely rejects or show us a bearish rejection, okay, when it retested this level. So that's why it is still looking bullish. So here you already seen that this 4-hour candle breaking this resistance easily, okay, really strongly, showing it has no problem to break this resistance. So this is already hinting us that gold is moving in a bullish momentum. And then the next candle also moving bullish and closing with a bullish closing after the news. Okay, so from this closing and from the current price action, what I'm saying is, for today at least, gold is still bullish, looking bullish. Maybe it can break higher, or if you get a retest lower, okay, to the downside, and gold manage to hold the support, maybe, okay, we mark a fresh zone right here. Okay, we have a support right here. If we want to follow the momentum, we have a support right here, okay, on the H1, and also here we also have a support. Okay, so if price maybe rejected and retested this level and holding this level, maybe we can continue going higher after the break. Okay, if it retests this level, also maybe we can find our opportunities to buy, because previously, okay, it failed to continue the bearish momentum after it formed this bearish candle. What it did instead is just kept breaking higher, and managed to find support once again and kept breaking higher. So it's my final analysis. Okay, if gold breaks this level today, maybe it will go kept making new all-time highs and pushing higher, but it's looking risky for us to go. Okay, with the setup, because price is at previous all-time high price. Okay, and the next scenario is, okay, if gold managed to reject strongly, okay, maybe all of a sudden it showed us strong bearish rejection and can give us a retest and hold this level without breaking higher, maybe we can get our next opportunity to sell right here. Okay, but if you want to sell right now, okay, it is looking a bit risky, even though it is a high time frame resistance, but just manage your risk wisely if you want to go with it. Okay, I'm just going to monitor the chart for now. From the current, even on M5, what I'm seeing is just a bullish reaction from the market. So maybe gold can continue going higher and break this level. Okay, so we're just gonna wait. And if you have any questions, Yusuf Aziz, I hope I understand your question. Okay, in order for you to find confirmations, or in order for me to find my confirmations, I usually look at the M15 time frame. Okay, for a more solid confirmation. But if I want to go a bit high risk, okay, I can also use M5. Okay, M5 can also be your confirmations. So right now, if you want to sell, what you have to wait for on this M5 time frame is a strong bearish reaction to the downside, which is not happening. Okay, so that is why it is risky to go for sales right now, because price is looking clearly bullish. Okay, so the best way is, if you still have failed to have a bearish reaction, okay, after this, maybe we'll go and make a new all-time high, and at the retest of this level, if you get a solid closure above this level, okay, maybe the H1 time frame, the H1 candle, okay, maybe this H1 candle can close above this all-time high and previous resistance, okay, maybe closing right here at this level. Maybe the next candle at a retest, you can go for continuation buys. Okay, but if you get a strong rejection, okay, okay, for example, suddenly we have a strong red candle, okay, bam, like that, maybe at a retest you can look for opportunities to sell. Okay, so right now, okay, I don't have any positions, I'm just monitoring the charts. Daily also showing really strong bullish momentum, so probably it's going to break today, but let's just wait and see what happens. Okay, if you have any questions, as usual, you can you can ask me in the chat. Okay, we have maybe 30 more minutes. I'm going to explain on the next one. Okay, I hope you understand about the fundamentals. Okay, not every high impact news will give you guys, okay, the reaction that you have been looking for. Okay, maybe you have the experience trading NFP, okay, with a big impulsive reaction during the news. So maybe you think that all this high impact news will give you the same reaction and the same impact. So in this class today, okay, let me tell you that not every high impact news will give you the instant big reaction that you get from NFP and maybe FOMC or maybe CPI. Okay, some high impact news will usually give us just a normal reaction. Okay, maybe just a bit of spikes on the lower time frame, 30 pips, 40 pips. Okay, and then just ranging and then just moving slowly, like what it did today. Okay, today initially, okay, for the GDP, okay, we did get a bit of spike to the downside. Okay, and then gold is just moving, continue back its lower time frame bullish momentum, trying to retest this high time frame resistance. Okay, so right now it's just moving in the bullish momentum, and looks like the current M5 candle is trying to reject from this high time frame resistance and previous all time high. So let's see what's going to happen. like I told you guys, the best way right now, okay, for confirmations to at least wait for M15 candle. Okay, this M15 candle managed to close, okay, below this wick, closing with a bearish engulfing pattern, maybe that already gave us a hint that price maybe will not interested to break higher and instead wants to reject from here. Okay, but we have to wait first for this, at least this level, this low, to be broken. If the candle can close below that, okay, strong closure below that, and then maybe after strong closure below this area, testing the support. Okay, maybe retesting that level back again and fail to once again break higher, maybe we can capitalize on a sell opportunity. Okay, but right now, okay, it is best for us to just wait for the current market to form its structure first and show us better confirmations. Okay, okay guys, do you have any question? If not, I'm going to move on into examples of volcano setup. Okay, before we end the class, I'm going to run through one more time, okay, not one more time, in a little bit in detail to help you guys understand better on what the volcano setup is and how you can use this setup to maximize your profits. Okay, so looks like M5 is rejecting a little bit. Like I told you guys, we still have 1 hour, okay, previous support, right, which can still be the level which buyers are interested to buy. So even though this is breaking lower, when it reaches right here, okay, we can monitor and wait for confirmations and maybe for our next setup. Okay, so guys, if you don't have, looks like you don't have any questions, so I'm going to move on. Okay, examples of a volcano setup. Okay, for example, right now, okay, based on this current gold chart, okay, we already have examples of volcano setup. Okay, for example, right here you have a clear resistance, okay, and here also it rejected once again right here, and bam, right here this candle breaks. Okay, so this is one of the examples of volcano setup which capitalize on just using the basic thing for technical analysis, which is support and resistance. Okay, here you can already mark your resistance. So right now it has been broken, so the expectation is, okay, if you do get a retest, okay, lower, okay, this is of course a bit far from the current price. If you get a retest right here, this is only example for volcano setup. Okay, let me type it, volcano setup. Okay, not seeing chart. Okay, thank you so much already. Okay, volcano setup. Volcano setup is just, okay, you just need to learn the basic, which is support and resistance, and then mark them on your charts. You can already see my chart right now, right? I already open my chart back once again. Okay, for example, here you have, which has been broken. So if price drops once again, okay, to this level, okay, this is where a buy. Okay, this level back again, maybe you can look for opportunities to go for long positions. Okay, this is a great volcano buy setup. Okay, why is it a volcano setup? What you have to look for is, okay, a strong resistance, for example right here, and then a solid break. Okay, this is a really great, beautiful break from this level. So when price returns to this same level back again, okay, it is possible for us to look for long opportunities. Okay, so this is your buy example for volcano setup, and for you to look for sell setup, it is pretty much the same. So for example, right here, also in this current structure as well, I can show you the exact example on a volcano cell setup. Okay, for example, right here, okay, if we took this level, okay, here when price is here, you know that price is dropping and then managed to find support and then rejected, and then once again, okay, kind of forming a resistance right here and then dropping really heavily. So you already know, okay, if you look at your lower time frame, for example H1, you know that you have kinda like a support or a resistance right here that has been broken. If you are looking at the support, okay, this is a previous support that has been broken, okay, but if you don't consider that support, you can also say that gold also managed to form a previous resistance right here on the 1 hour time frame with this movement. Okay, this movement drops and then retests and then drops heavily once again. So here also you can have a minor resistance. Okay, you already know. So let's go back to the 4 hour time frame to show you the example of volcano cell setup. So here you already know support has been broken. So when price returns back and retested that same level for volcano cell setup, you can wait at that same level and go to your lower time frame and look for rejections and confirmations in order for you to go for sells. Okay, you already know that price reacted really strongly at this area. So when price returns to that same level back again, okay, replay mode. Okay, here let's just look at the current chart. Here you can see when price retested, okay, that same level that I talked about just now, okay, and you see a rejection. Okay, yes, price was coming with a really strong momentum, right, with these candles. This is a really strong momentum, and then when it reaches the level that you marked previously, okay, that you maybe label as resistance or previous support has been broken as SBR, you see that price is having a hard time to keep breaking higher and kept showing us rejections. So here is your example of a volcano cell setup. When you see these rejections, okay, this is a 2 hour time frame. If you look at 1 hour time frame also, you can see clearer. Price was moving in a strong bullish momentum on the 1 hour time frame, and when it reaches that same level back again, okay, it failed to break higher and having a hard time. So here when you see small candles like this or rejection candle like this, okay, depending on what confirmations that you use, you can already, okay, enter a sell based on the previous reaction that it made, okay, when it reaches that level. Okay, so here you already seen that it reacted in a bearish move. Okay, once again it tested, reacted bearish, so you mark this as resistance. So when price enters that same zone back again, and you see this small candles fail to break higher, okay, usually when price was moving in a bullish momentum, usually the normal expectation for us is for the price to keep going higher, right? But at one point it stopped and having a hard time. So here maybe you can just enter the sell and trust the setup and wait for it to run into your direction and in profits. For example here, if you entered sell, okay, and just kept holding the trades until it drops into your direction, you should already make profits, because from the highest point right here at 27.65 and it drops, okay, right at FMC until 27.45. Okay, so that is already a 200 pip move. So because you are using high time frames, usually it will take some time for the price to move and complete its structure based on your analysis. So that's why when you scalp, okay, or when I'm scalping, okay, even though my analysis was based on high time frame analysis, but I usually look at my confirmations, okay, to find my scalping entries and exits at lower time frame. Okay, so that is your examples of buy setup, volcano buy setup, and also volcano setup for sell opportunities. Okay, so here I showed you the sell setup. Okay, so you already get 200 pips and then it failed, right? So when it failed, broken past that resistance, okay, that is when it turns into another setup, which is a volcano buy setup. Okay, because here it clearly broke higher. Okay, this is 1 hour time frame. To see clearer how solid the break was, you have to look at 4 hour time frame, and even if you look at the 4 hour time frame, you can see that it is a really solid break and a strong break from gold at this area. Okay, and gold proceeded to form the next candle also bullish, retesting this resistance, and right now it is reaching the high time frame resistance and also previous all-time high. So that's why you're kind of having a hard time right here. But the current state of the market and current price action is looking bullish. Okay, so the next volcano setup, best volcano setup for you to capitalize on is if gold failed to retest and continue lower to retest this level for us to capitalize on buying opportunity. Okay, the next volcano setup for you to wait for, if it did happen, is at this area. Okay, we know that this is the previous all-time high. Okay, daily resistance. So the next one is, for me, what I want to see is if gold managed to just break higher, closing the daily candle above this previous resistance and previous all-time high price. Okay, closing solid today with the daily candlestick with the bullish body closing above this area and stays above there. Okay, and maybe tomorrow if price drops, okay, and it tested this level, we can find opportunities to buy, because if price breaks and close above this, that is already a confirmation on a volcano buy setup. And even more better, this is the daily time frame, so a daily candle closing above a daily resistance is a really strong confirmation. Okay, so right now, based on the current price action, what we have to do is not so much. Okay, price is moving in a really bullish momentum, and from this M15 time frame, looks like it is rejecting. Okay, based on the previous candle, rejecting from the all-time high price and also from the previous high time frame resistance. So let's see what is the next candle going to do. If you look at lower time frame, even more, maybe on M5 also we have a solid Paris engulfing candle. I can tell you guys, closing below this area, so it is a solid closing, and right now it is retesting that level. So if this retest, okay, manage to hold same level, maybe gold will be dropping to the test lower supports. Okay, but if you just go straight away break higher easily, maybe we can get new all-time high tonight. So it is a really high risk rate if you want to take it. So that's why I said, okay, we can only wait for high quality setups only if you want to continue and recover for the day. Okay, if not, don't worry, tomorrow is our final day. You can always find the next setup tomorrow and end the week in blues to recover. Okay, let me look at the dollar first. It looks like dollar breaks the support on H1 time frame. Kinda want to retest the gap and closing the gap, but it looks like it is pushing back up. Okay, gold also retested that level. So guys, I hope you guys understand on the volcano setup. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, I will try to answer all the questions before we end the session. Okay, maybe I will go live for another 15 minutes before we end. If you have any questions about the fundamental analysis or technical analysis or anything, you can answer me. You can ask me in the chat. Okay. Don't worry. Okay, if I see a solid setup, I will show you guys one last setup for us to recover. Okay, but if not, okay, we're gonna call it a day. Don't worry, we still have tomorrow to keep trading, and also tomorrow we're gonna have the final impact news during the US session. So we're gonna still have our opportunities to trade and make our profits. Okay. So guys, any questions? I hope you guys understand. Yusuf Aziz, do you understand what I'm teaching? RD, do you guys understand? Do you understand about the fundamentals and also the technicals? Samuel, Bright, Ryan, do you understand? Yes. Okay, that's good. So Ryan, if you guys understand, okay, let me ask you, okay, Ryan, or anyone. So let's hide everything. So if you guys understand, so Ryan, okay, right now, what price is doing and what should we be looking for if we still want to continue trading for the day, okay? And what setup could be forming right here? Can you tell me? Collins, I understand. Okay, that's good. Collins. So based on the fundamentals that I explained to you guys just now, based on the technicals, based on the price action that I've already explained, what are you seeing on the chart right now? Can you tell me, Ryan? What are we waiting for? Are we gonna keep buying right away? Are we gonna keep selling right away? Ryan, sir, I'm always waiting for buying setup. Okay. Why are you waiting for buying setup? Follow-up question, okay? For Ryan. Sir, I'm always waiting for buying setup. Okay, that's good. Why? Why do you want to wait for buying setup? Can you tell me in the chat? Okay, because price is at resistance right now. Right? So, can you tell me? Can you tell me why you are looking for buys even though price is clearly at resistance right now? Don't worry, okay, there is no wrong answer. I just want you to understand fully what I'm teaching. Okay, there is no right or wrong. So I'm just gonna test you. Either you are paying attention or not, okay? Because I'm following the market as always and I'm not the one who controls the market. Okay, you are giving me vague answers, general answers, okay? Even though it is true. Okay, why are you looking for buys? Okay, why I'm looking for buys still even though price is reaching at high time frame resistance? Because based on the fundamentals, I already told you guys, okay, based on the biggest news that we have this week, which is the FOMC, okay, we don't have any rate cuts happening, okay, and the rates has been left unchanged by the Fed, okay, and based on the FOMC press conference and Powell's statement, okay, he is giving a little bit of a dovish statement, which means bearish for the dollar. And this Fed funds rate, okay, no change from the Fed funds rate, is not looking so great for the dollar as well, okay. And today also we have, okay, GDP came out lower, and unemployment claim, even though it came out better, but is not having a big difference from the previous and the forecast, and this data is not giving much impact in the market. So probably investors are looking at this GDP quarter on quarter, and looks like the GDP number is looking bad. And this week also on Tuesday we have consumer confidence dropping. So from previous, consumer confidence came out 109.5, which is high, and forecast is 105. But then this week on Tuesday we have consumer confidence dropping, okay, and also GDP dropping. So this week we have mixed data, but even though it is mixed, it is looking slightly bearish for the dollar. And the biggest news that we have is FOMC Federal fund rates left unchanged, which is looking really good for gold, okay, with all the geopolitical issues and everything that is happening in the market. So that's why even the price is reaching the high time frame resistance and near to the all-time high, but the current structure is clearly bullish, the current trend is clearly bullish, okay. And also you look at 1 hour time frame and lower time frame, okay, there is no solid bearish reaction or bearish reversal pattern yet for us to say that the market is going to turn bearish and going to sell, okay. So that's why on the high time frame, okay, it is still looking bullish for gold. Okay, my last analysis is, okay, if gold fail to break higher, maybe it will drop first and retest this level. Okay, if it manage to hold this level, maybe it go higher. But if it fail, it will test this lower level, and when it arrives here, okay, I managed to find support right here, maybe it will hold, and maybe we're just gonna have this sideways range on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, but of course, okay, the daily candle is still not closing yet, and we still have 1 more days to trade tomorrow, our final day, and we still have the final high impact news tomorrow. So let's wait first for solid confirmation. So right now, if you want to scalp, okay, if gold fail to break this level, maybe you can find sell scalp, but it is going to be risky. Okay, once it break last resistance, then we wait for pullback, then enter for buys. Okay, that's right, you size this. Okay, that is the best trades for today. Okay, if you can get a break higher at this resistance on the daily time frame, let's say if this daily candle today, okay, which will be closing in 6 or 7 more hours. Okay, if it close with a really strong bullish momentum, bullish closing above this level, maybe that already confirmed that gold is still want to continue the bullish trend higher. Okay, but if today it failed to break that level and kept rejecting, okay, maybe we will have a slight retracement to the downside before the continuation to go higher. Okay, why gold is still bullish? Okay, once again, because the fundamentals right now, okay, currently is looking a bit bullish for gold. Okay, based on the statements from Powell. Okay, if you want to consider all the economic data, okay, basically it is a bit neutral. Okay, if you compare all the USD economic data, you can say that it is looking a bit neutral for gold. But based on the statements from Powell, and also we have geopolitical issues and uncertainties with the Donald Trump new administration, so that's why investors probably are adding to the long positions and keep buying gold until, okay, maybe we have a strong bearish reversal pattern. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you guys understand, okay, everything that I've explained tonight based on the fundamentals, based on technicals. Okay, looks like gold is going to make a new all-time high tonight. Let's see. Okay, if you buy just now based on what I've analyzed in this live session, so congrats, you should be in profits. Remember to collect most profits and not hold everything. If you want to hold it overnight, okay, maybe hold just 1 or 2 entries at the lowest, we break even. Okay, so guys, okay, it's nearly 11 PM here in my time. Okay, if you have maybe last question, I will try to answer them, but if not, I will be ending the live session soon if you don't have any question. And I hope you guys understand, okay, the things that I've talked about tonight in this class. Okay, still bullish momentum even on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, and 5 just like bearish reaction, but then with the retest it failed to hold, so still looking bullish, maybe can break higher. Okay, so guys, I think that's all from me today. Okay, don't worry, I will do next class maybe next week. Okay, maybe tomorrow, maybe on Sunday. Okay, just stay tuned. So Zero Gravity, thank you so much, and everyone else, Ryan, Yusuf, Colin, thank you. Okay, apologies for the hit that we took on the first setup today. Okay, we just okay, wait for now. If you do have solid setup to recover, I'm going to release the next signal, or else don't worry, tomorrow is our final day. I'll make sure we will recover stronger and end the week in blues. Okay, so don't feel too demotivated with just one hit, okay, one SL, because you cannot run away from stop losses with trading. In trading, okay, once in a while, okay, there will be a stop losses hit. Okay, I cannot promise you guys 100% win rate. Okay, it is not possible. Okay, it is not even logical. So what you have to do is just remember to manage your risk wisely. Okay, that's why I always wait for the best high quality setup only after we took a hit, because I know I'm also taking the hit, and you guys also following me. So just stay tuned. If I see solid setup for us, I will release the next signal in the channel. So remember to keep following me closely. Tomorrow is our final day, the last day, Friday, okay, before we end the week. Okay, if you don't get the recovery setup today, I will release the recovery setups tomorrow. We're gonna recover stronger. Okay, I will make sure tomorrow, if needed, I will release a lot more setups than I usually did. Okay, these past days and past week. So just stay tuned for the recovery and keep following me closely. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining the class. I'll see you guys soon on the next class and on the next live session. Okay, see ya.